Hello everyone, welcome to DC Daily. It's day 2 of Comic-Con. And Captain Cold must be around here somewhere because there's an avalanche of DC news hitting San Diego. Do you see what I did there?
Oh, now I see. Now I see. Do you see what you did there?
Yours
John,
is
please.
worse? Better?
Worse, much worse.
All right, so can we talk about Batman Beyond, please?
Yes.
I would like to.
Okay, John.
It's really exciting because we just had the 20th anniversary celebration panel in the Hall H with all of the greats, Kevin Conroy, Will Friedle, Bruce Timm, and it's really exciting because the show is getting the same all-star treatment that Batman the Animated Series did with the HD Blu-ray re-release.
Yes. Hector Navarro's head exploded somewhere.
It's such an iconic show, but it has felt for a while like it sort of flew under the radar.
Right.
Like with all of the great DC animated stuff that there has been over time, it's so nice to see it get kind of its day in the sun, like a giant anniversary panel, a beautiful remastering. I'm really excited to rewatch it.
Yeah.
And folks who didn't get a chance might want to jump in.
Yeah, that'd be me. I watched Batman the Animated Series, of course, but then I was not really watching as much TV when Batman Beyond happened, so an HD Blu-ray release, that's a perfect opportunity for me to get on board.
Love it. So one of the perks for DC Universe members was the world premiere screening of a new Shazam documentary. So this was super special, very, very cool. Asher Angel introduced the movie. It's just this really awesome, extensive look at the history of this character.
I am so excited about that because Shazam, the character, has one of the most interesting histories in and around comics.
Yeah.
It's taken a lot of twists and turns over time, but now we're getting to this point where everyone is interested, where everyone wants to celebrate it, and where we can make cool movies all about it. I'm so excited this exists.
There's so much popularity for the character right now. It's like it's also important to go back and see the history of it, where you come from. But then also with DC Universe, you can read the Shazam comics and then watch a TV show with Michael Gray. All of the Shazam.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about it because I love watching documentaries, behind-the-scenes stuff when it comes to filmmaking and television making, because for me as a fan, I feel like it gives me a better understanding of how the end product got there, and so it makes me love the movie even more. So I can't wait to see it.
I love it. Well, get hyped. It is coming exclusively to DC Universe on August 9th. So speaking of Shazam, there is an amazing pop-up winter carnival called Chilladelphia that, Amy, you actually got to go to it. I'm so jealous.
Yes, it was so much fun. Okay, so I love getting really serious and digging into history, but sometimes you just need fun and games.
Yes.
Agreed.
And there is the really cute pop-up out there. They've got all these carnival games set up. So you can try your hand at them and you can win some very cool exclusive prizes, which I definitely was super good at. I'm great at sports.
Well, of course they're cool. It's in Philadelphia.
Oh.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
But they've got neat little photo ops. It's just a really awesome little space that they've made for the Philadelphia with the appropriate Christmas music for the winter carnival.
My favorite carnival game is throwing the little ping pong ball into the fishy tank.
I wish
You
you'd been
can do
there.
that?
It was so hard.
I know. I can do it.
Isn't that impossible?
Not for me.
You gotta get the fish to help.
Oh, right.
If you
They
bring
have
Aquaman,
the little jars.
Exactly. If only Aquaman was
So that
there.
is open all day today and tomorrow from 10 to 8 and Sunday from 10 to 4.
Love it.
So you gotta stop by
Right.
the winter Philadelphia.
Get your little fishes down there. Now, am I the only one who's still not over the Batman black and white statue DC unveiled by Todd McFarlane? You guys, this thing was sick.
it is absolutely epic. I was at the Batman Experience all day. I got to spend real time with this statue. It is 6 feet tall. It is the 100th edition of the Batman Black and White collectibles line, which is this iconic line, and they
they're
got
gorgeous.
Todd McFarlane to design the 100th. It is an absolute work of art in the traditional Todd McFarlane style. It is the Caped Crusader with so much cape.
6 feet tall.
It is 6 feet tall. Yes, the
Roughly
actual
the
collectible is a little smaller than
So
that.
you were looking eye to eye with it.
Eye to eye. As you know, I am significantly taller in real life than I photograph
Yes.
on the show, John. Thank you for pointing that out.
I thought that was a secret.
Yes, no, significantly taller. No, this thing's amazing. I got to chat with Todd about it, and he was talking about how much he loves the fact that he is the Cape Crusader, and he's like, I'm obsessed with capes, so you knew this was going to be a lot of cape. Because he always likes to talk about what's going on under the cape, right? And this statue really makes you wonder, what is Batman doing under that thing?
Oh, cool.
It's so cool. Todd has a lot of amazing stuff coming up with DC, and that's all coming out next year. So I'm going to be first in line to get that stuff.
I can't wait to see what else is coming from this line.
Oh, yeah.
He's got such a wonderful long history as a toy maker that you almost forget because he's a comic book legend. It's going to be an amazing partnership. Whatever it is, it's going to be awesome.
Lots more under the cape. Todd McFarlane isn't the only superstar joining the DC family. One of the titans of the horror genre, Joe Hill, is curating a new line for DC called Hill House Comics, and he's here to guide us through his haunted fantasy.
It's a golden era of horror right now, and I want to help bring that to comic books. And so we're going to do that with a slate of 6 very red, very scary horror titles. The first of them is called Basket Full of Heads, one of my more tasteful titles. And it's about a young woman who comes in possession of an ancient Viking axe which can take off a head in a single swipe. But after the head has been removed, it keeps talking. I'm doing another story called Plunge. That one is about a research vessel, an oil research vessel that went missing in the Arctic Circle in 1983. 40 years later, it reemerges and begins sending its distress signal. And then when everyone's all trapped on the island together, bad things happen. We have M.R. Carey, Mike Carey, who wrote great comics like Lucifer and Unwritten. He's very scary, and he's doing a story called The Dollhouse Family with artist Peter Gross. So I'm excited for that one. I'm working with a TV scriptwriter named Laura Marks, who is doing a kind of Ghost by Gaslight story called Daphne Byrne. It's also in a weird way sort of like a Victorian reimagining of The Omen. I'm excited for that. And then we're also working with Carmen Maria Machado. She's doing a real weird one for us called The Lolo Woods, which is about a city where two young women investigate a plague of amnesia. But there's also a gang of skinless men walking through the woods. I think people are going to dig that too. DC really brought horror back in the 90s. They did it with titles like Sandman and Swamp Thing and Hellblazer. And I would even argue that stuff like some of the superhero comics like Dark Knight Returns had a kind of underlying horror ethos, even if they were ostensibly cape comics. So, I mean, I just think it's good to go with people who have, it's good to do these comics with people who know what this genre is about and know how to put it in the hands of willing and excited readers.
It is so exciting to have Joe Hill working on stories for DC. I cannot wait to see what he has read. I'm so excited.
That's real.
It really
very
is.
well.
You guys know.
That is real
Come on.
horror, like excitement right there.
Like, all of the books sound fantastic. Hill House sounds so exciting, although I might need your help because I think it's going to be spooky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Our resident weenie, Amy, I will hold your hand.
I read them anyway. They're just so good.
When he gets too scary, you put it in the freezer.
Yeah, okay.
Just
She
like
reads
Joey
it with the
taught us.
lights
And then
on.
he can't get it.
Good tip.
right.
Yeah, he can't get you.
Can't get you from there.
And there are loads of DC All-Stars doing signings at the booth this weekend. We've already had DC writer Tom Taylor come through, Todd McFarlane, Tom King, and Mitch Garrett. So, all right, guys, what writer or artist would you wait in line for the longest for a signing?
Okay, so there's so many amazing legends here, so many people that you can meet who've changed and made the comics that we love, but you gotta respect how far some of them had to come to get here.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I would say one of my favorite artists, Nicola Scott,
Yes.
who is Australian. If she can make it all the way here, I can wait in line for a couple of hours to say hi.
Respect. I respect that.
So I'm going to pay respect to the Godfather. I'm going to say Jim Lee.
Ooh, great answer.
Because I love the way Jim draws Batman, and I would beg him to draw me a little Batman. That's
Draw you a little Bat Sam?
yeah. Oh yeah.
I love it.
For me, it's kind of topical. I have a copy of Batman Spawn that I would love to get signed by Frank Miller and Todd McFarlane, because that would be on the top of the mantle, and I would pray to it every day, and it would be awesome.
All right, that's it for now. But there's a very special signing for DC Universe members tomorrow with the one and only Jim Lee.
What? Oh my God, the secret's real.
Plus, don't forget to pick up this exclusive Swamp Thing poster at the DC Universe Redemption area. So gorgeous! Right here at the booth. And we'll be back tomorrow with more Comic-Con craziness, so we'll see you then. Bye!